So today I'm talking about something I talk about a lot, and I feel like I say this a lot in these videos, but it's one of my favorite skills to talk about with my therapy clients. Today I'm talking about how to live in the gray and how to challenge that black and white, all or nothing perfectionistic thinking. I'm Dr. Stephanie Waite with the Recovery Academy. I'm a licensed professional counselor and an eating disorder specialist. And every single week, I bring you no bullshit tips, tricks, and tools to help you fight some recovery ass. Today, I'm sharing with you one of my most favorite things to talk about, living in the gray, and how to challenge that all or nothing, black and white, perfectionistic, rigid thinking. So black and white thinking is really a thinking error that most people struggle with, but people with depression, anxiety, eating disorders, it's a very common symptom and thought pattern associated with those mental health conditions. Black and white thinking is just really that it's either one way or the highway. Like it's this, I have to do this or I can't do this at all. For example, if you are dieting, let's say, you feel like you can only eat a certain type of food, and if you eat a food that's not on that list, then you feel like you're bad, you screwed up, and then you just say fuck it, and you don't do anything to take care of your health for the day. It sends you into this really dark spiral of just like shame and guilt. Black and white thinking really contributes to this thought of I'm not enough, because it's really saying like you have to be perfect, you have to do all of these things, and if you don't do all of these things, then you suck as a person, or you suck as a woman, or you suck as whatever. So because we're humans, we have this really great, awesome brain. We have this brain that's able to make sense of a lot and learn a lot and understand a lot, right? It's our rational brain. It can learn, it can reason, it can be logical. But sometimes thinking about stuff and overthinking about stuff and having that logic and that reason can be really harmful for us, because we start to believe the distorted, inaccurate information, hurtful information in our brain is true. And then overthinking things just makes us feel anxious and overwhelmed and stuck. What also makes us great as humans is our ability to have these beautiful emotions. And because we have this part of our brain that's survived for a really long time, we can really react and respond quickly when we're feeling emotional. Emotions just kind of like happen. I call it's a physiological symptom. If something happens, bam, I have an emotion about it, my brain and my body are responding. So there's not a lot of learning, or there's not a lot of ways to really rationalize and reason with that emotional part, because it's just, I'm emotional. So you can see the harm there. When we're emotional, we wanna, we use drugs, we use alcohol, we do dangerous things, we use eating disorder behaviors, we use self-harm behaviors as a way to avoid feeling. So living in the gray is what I call DBT's wise mind. It's taking this black and white, all or nothing thinking and sort of bringing it together and allowing it to be more balanced, allowing your thinking to be more centered. So how do you get to your wise mind? How do you live in the gray? Well, start by validating and naming your emotions. When you're feeling something, just start naming it. I feel anxious. I feel mad. I feel hurt, betrayed, angry, frustrated, overwhelmed, scared, happy, mad, sad, whatever. Just name the emotion. That's a way of validating it. It's saying, you know what? Hey, sadness, you're here. I feel you. Hello. Then, to get in touch with that rational part of your brain, ask yourself, what are the facts? What is true? What is the evidence? What is going on? So here you just want to think about, the events of what happened, your intention, kind of just think about the experience in the story, and what is the evidence of things being true or things not being true. Wise mind and living in the gray is allowing both to be true. You're allowed to have these emotions and you're allowed to have these thoughts at the same time. Maybe you're thinking really rationally and logically, but you're feeling really anxious and overwhelmed. That's okay. Both can be true. That's living in the gray. It's called dialectics. It's having two sort of opposing, conflicting beliefs, opinions, thoughts, and having both of them be true at the same time. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be black and white. You can have the black and the white and both be true and both be okay at the same time. But some questions or some things to think about to help you get into that wise mind space are, how can I remain non-judgmental? You don't want to judge the emotion. You're allowed to have the emotion. Then ask yourself, what can I do? Great, I have this emotion. How can I care for it? How can I respond to this emotion? And what are these facts? What is this information telling me? What can I learn from this situation to move forward? So it's taking the facts, it's taking the logic, and it's caring and having compassion for that emotion and doing both at the same time. That's living in your wise mind. That's living in the gray, because you're taking the black and the white, the all and the nothing, and you're allowing both of them to be considered as true and okay at the same time. This is a skill you need to practice. This isn't a one and done kind of a thing. This isn't a, ooh, I got to the gray and yay, I'm cured, I'm fixed. No, you've got to do this all day long throughout the day as you encounter different situations in your life. But the more you practice this, the easier it becomes to get into that wise mind space. So I'd love to hear from you. What helps you live in the gray? What helps you challenge this black and white thinking? What are some of your ways that you practice wise mind? You don't bother me if you comment or if you reach out. I want to hear from you. Feel free to ask any questions. And while you're here, check out all the links below. Got lots of videos for you to watch, got tons of free resources for you. I want to help you feel stronger and supported in your recovery. So, like this video if you found it helpful, but also don't forget to subscribe while you're here. New videos come every single week. On Mondays, you get a coaching video, and on Thursdays, you get a therapy tip. And you never want to miss one of these because it's gonna help you along your recovery journey. So for now, keep kicking ass, stay in that gray, and I'll see you soon. Bye.